Hello, my name is Yorgos Alagiannis. I'm on the finance faculty at the Darden School, and I'd like to talk to you about the second module in my course, Financial Institutions and Markets, that I recently developed. The second module is about instruments, markets, and understanding financial innovation and how products come to exist. So the first two cases are about the treasury market. There's a relatively old case on the treasury auction and a more recent one about a treasury arbitrage case. Both of those cases are Harvard cases. They're great cases to understand the functions of this very important market, as well as understanding how banks position themselves to perhaps go into an arbitrage in this market, which seems very, very difficult. The next case deals with one of the, I would say, very controversial structures that were at the root of this subprime crisis. It's about CDOs, and it's a case to bring out all the elements of the structure, how the banks put together the different tranches, how CDOs came to become CDOs from getting the loans off the books of the banks into SPVs, and making the tranches in such a way that would get the rating agencies to rate in a favorable way that would get the interest on the part of the investors to invest in the right tranches, and of course give right returns for the equity holders. And at the end, of course, although this was a great product in the beginning, we all know what happened in the end. As more and more junk came into the asset side of the CDOs, we encounter more and more problems on the liability side, and gave rise to less monitoring incentives for the banks to monitor the loans. So we talk about moral hazard in that case as well. The next case is another case, a Harvard case, that it's also quite old, but I think it fits tremendously well with the CDO case. It's about the high yield market, and it's another crisis, mini crisis that happened when Mike Milken helped companies to pursue M&A activities, and it's about Metromedia trying to refinance its debt. And I think it fits very nicely because you can see the structuring of the different layers of debt and how the different high-yield instruments are layered in an effort to attract the right investors in the deal. The last case in that module is a case that I basically named it the weekend that changed Wall Street. I don't know if it was a successful title. Probably it isn't, because nothing really changes Wall Street. But the good news is that it is a very, I think, interesting case that teaches our students about the Lehman's bankruptcy, the events that precipitated, but also what ensued. Talked about some very important markets that Lehman was involved, such as the commercial paper market that almost came to a halt, and what that meant for companies. And also talks about CDSs, and we try to dissect and understand how that instrument came to be, what kind of role it served, how this market changed in the process, and what are the risks, the potential risks of CDSs, and of course talk about counterparty risk and where we are now. And of course we all know the next step perhaps might be some sort of regulation in that market, but it's kind of interesting to see how the students debate those points.